Hey, Doug, we're back now.
Hey.
Okay, I'm from Bogota. Now, what you see in the background is one of the streets in Bogota where, we've done ministry before. I'm sure you and I have been on this one particular street together in the past. So,
yeah, at 8,000 feet climbing up those steps, you know it in your lungs real quickly. So you don't forget those type of climbs quickly, that's for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. And Doug, just a quick story. Do you remember that day when you and I were in the medical outreach, and we were just driving uphill in this area called the Altos de la Florida, the Florida Heights, very, very impoverished area, and it was raining. but we have been planning this medical outreach for months, and the rain could not stop us from doing it. But it started to rain hard, and do you remember what happened that day and what the driver said to us and what he gave us? Maybe.
Oh yeah, we all prayed for clouds to part that day, and it was real fun because we all prayed. The whole bus prayed, and at the end of the prayer, the bus driver, I guess was his name John, or I think so, and handed out suntan lotion to all of us. And,
yeah,
put it on, have faith. So
yeah, and that's exactly what happened, right? Then
so one of the guys took off a little early and didn't get the suntan lotion. The rest of us, we put suntan lotion on. And at the end of the day, the guy that didn't was completely sunburned. And it was raining cats and dogs all around us. But there was like a donut hole. Yeah. Hey, Terry, do you have that picture? I know Terry is backstage here. But if you have that picture sometime today, show it so they can see it. The donut hole that came up, that whole day, and so I just said, yeah, that's God, just parting clouds for us the whole day. Then one time I showed that picture to my science friend. He's a science teacher. Mm-hmm. And he's an agnostic, so I love to talk to him about God and stuff. And so, how do you explain this picture? And he says, oh, obviously, you guys, oh, there it is.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, see the donut hole above us. And God was just streaming his sunshine on us the whole day. And so the science teacher said, obviously, you guys created a high pressure vortex that day. And I said, well, I don't think we did it. I think somebody else did it. And that was our mighty God created a high pressure vortex for us on that day. And folks, you can see the rain clouds all around. It's raining downtown Bogota. And but the sun was shining that whole day. And the guy in the middle, I think that's Arthur, was the one that got sunburned that day. Because he had to go earlier to set up.
What an amazing
good story, good memories, man.
Yes. What an amazing picture, Doug. It's that photo is definitely a testimony of God's greatness and power, right?
Yeah. Jair, Montiel was leading worship that day. He took that picture and he said it was that way the whole day. I didn't realize it, but he was leading worship and looking up to the heavens. And Jair is actually here now in my house visiting, and maybe we can get him to step in a little bit later today. So,
well, that's great. So, and it will be great to have get to see him later on camera as well. Say hi. So, moving on with the event, we have this very, very fascinating section that I love of this event, which is related to the productive inclusion program area, right? We were talking about the 4 pillars, the 4 program areas of Conviventia a few moments ago, and now we have a little bit of focus on one of those 4 pillars, which is the productive inclusion or income generation, as we used to call it, something like that. And this is an incredible program area, right? It serves basically 5 groups of people. It serves youth from the communities that are living in poverty and vulnerability, but it also serves women that are heads of their households and single mothers. It also helps victims of conflict and war and all these people that have suffered the scourge of the armed conflict in Colombia for more than 5 decades. And also it helps, or it serves people that are that used to be militants in the guerrilla groups or in the paramilitaries, and now they are demobilized and now incorporated in society again, and people with disabilities. So this is an amazing program area that facilitates access to opportunities for generation of income to all these families, through training and soft skills and skills, technical and vocational training, and a lot more. And it does everything from training and inclusion or inclusiveness and growth. Right? We help people start up their own small businesses, but we also help them. Those who are not entrepreneurs, we help them get jobs in the employment market through networks that we have, and we have these technical training centers. And this program is actually one of my favorites. It has amazing results every year. We have over 1,000 people trained per year, adults and young adults. 1,200 small and micro businesses strengthened, and over 1,100 people can access the job market. These numbers look big, but if we compare them to the populations of our cities, Bogota, with almost 9 million people living here, there's a lot more than we can do. And this is where we need you guys to join in and partake in this incredible journey of supporting more people and opening doors of opportunity for a lot more that are out there in Bogota or in Cartagena or and these major cities that have little to no access to opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have a little testimony or a story, right, that you want to share with us now, Doug, related to this program area. Somebody, I think one of the mission team members that came in the past, and she came to help with her skills, with her hands, hair cutting or something. Do you want to tell us more about it?
Yeah, so Yalitza has been my wife's and my hairstylist for many years. She makes my hair looks good, and but makes my wife's hair look even better. That's most important, right? So we've been talking to her about the mission trips for years, and said, hey, we have a hairstylist school down there, and you are excellent, especially with color. Do you want to come and help us with that? And so Yalitza said yes, and she is speaks Spanish fluently, and she came down, and she was an immediate hit with all of the students. They called her stylista, so she was a rock star, and she had got an instant following, and she keeps up with them even now on Facebook and helps them and mentors them. It's just such a precious thing to see when they're connected. Now, what was interesting too was though she came up with some ideas of how to improve the curriculum. And so she went through the curriculum and then set up a new standard for how to help teach them. And it caused some, changes across the whole organization. So it's just amazing to see how one person can have such amazing impact, both with the students and with the school, when you have a practitioner that is so amazing like Yalitza. So that's my story here, and I still think of that with fondness.
Yeah, what a great story, Doug, and that's true. We need more people like Yalitza who just take the step of faith and come with what they have to serve these people. Great, but Doug, this is what we are about to see now is what to me is the most delicious moment of this hour, right? And we are just going to meet the teacher of one of the vocational and technical training centers. In this case, he's working for the vocational training center in Bogota. His name is Daniel, and not only is he a great teacher, he teaches bakery and cooking, but also he is a pastor from the Assemblies of God Church Network, and he's here to teach us one of his most secret recipes, which is the marinara rice from the north coast of Colombia. So everybody, if you're watching this, go ahead and go get your ingredients ready. And let's have fun cooking together with Daniel from the PTI, or Vocational Training Center in Bogota, Colombia.
Thank you. Can't wait.
Muy buenas tardes, queridos amigos. En este día voy a enseñarles a preparar un delicioso arroz a la marinera. Entonces, para el arroz a la marinera, ¿qué tenemos? Tenemos calamar, 500 gramos de calamar. ¿Sí? Este es el calamar en mejillón. Tenemos 500 gramos de pulpo, ya lo he picado en trocitos, 500 gramos de pulpo. Tenemos media libra de alberja seca de Granada, ya la tengo lista. Tenemos media libra de camarón tisi, camarón. Tenemos media libra de palmito. Tenemos media libra de almejas, media libra de almeja. Tenemos cebolla, cabezona. Tenemos pimentón rojo picado en juliana, lo he cortado en juliana. Y tenemos pimentón verde, lo he picado en trocitos porque voy a sofreír todo esto. Tenemos aceite para la preparación. Tenemos también pimienta. Tenemos pimienta negra y tenemos el arroz, una libra de arroz. Entonces, ahora, ¿qué vamos a hacer? Vamos a sofreír primero el pimentón rojo. Lo sofreímos y lo dejamos aparte para decorar el arroz. Entonces vamos a hacer ahora paso por paso. Listo, entonces aquí vamos a sofreír el pimentón. Metemos el pimentón aquí con aceite para sofreírlo. Le agregamos un poquito de sal y un poquito de pimienta. Y comenzamos para que se fría el pimentón. ¿Para qué la sal y la pimienta? Para que coja sabor el pimentón, ¿sí? Entonces, conocen, y si quieren le agregamos aquí un poquito de fina hierba. Un poquito de fina hierba, dejamos que se fría bien. El pimentón está previamente cortado en juliana, como les digo. Entonces este pimentón nos sirve para decorar el plato. El pimentón lo estoy sofriendo con aceite. Ahora, si ustedes tienen mantequilla, lo pueden sofreír también con mantequilla, margarina. Hay que estarlo revolviendo para que no se vaya a quemar. Si usted quiere, lo puede revolver así y va moviendo, ¿no? Yo lo estoy haciendo aquí con una espátula. Es a un fuego lento. No meterle mucha candela porque si no se le va a quemar, se va a rebasar. Si es como ya va cogiendo un color diferente, ya el color rojizo del pimentón se va perdiendo. Entonces cuando el pimentón va cogiendo un color carmelito y va ablandando el pimentón. Porque si no lo cocinamos bien, el pimentón queda como duro y no le va a soltar el sabor que necesitamos. Como está quedando bien, va ablandando. Enseguida vamos a sofreír la cebolla. La echamos en aceite, con un poquito de sal también. Ya vamos a sofreír una vez lo que es cebolla y lo que es pimentón verde. Aquí va el pimentón verde. Vamos a sofreírlo todo de una vez. Le agregamos un poquito de sal. Le agregamos un poquito de fina hierba. Y le agregamos pimienta. Esta es pimienta negra, ¿no? Y ahora aquí comenzamos a revolver también para que no se nos vaya a quemar. Este es algo que sofría bien. Pero recuerden que ahora vamos a hacer el revuelto de todo esto. Vamos a revolverlo ahora con el arroz y los camarones, ¿sí? Ya quedó el pimentón sofrito. Este es el pimentón que vamos a decorar el plato. Si lo ve como quedó, ya está sofrito. Entonces así nos queda la cebolla y el otro pimentón. Listo, mis queridos amigos. Entonces aquí en esta olla ya le agregué un poquito de mantequilla o margarina, le agregué un poquito de aceite, fina hierba, sal y pimienta. Entonces ahora vamos a agregar aquí el palmito, lo que son los mariscos, el palmito, el langostino, el pulpo. Tenemos esa le hemos agregado ahí. Y vamos a seguir revolviendo para un sofrito. queridos amigos, mire, este es el sofrito de cebolla y pimentón verde. Una vez está sofrito eso, ya tengo aquí la libra de arroz previamente ya lavada. Está lavada la libra de arroz, entonces vamos a vertirle aquí el arroz. Revolvemos para que se mezcle todo. Entonces le vamos a agregar a ese arroz 4 pocillos de agua. Entonces ahora, miren, ya tenemos aquí esto. Ahora vamos a agregarle el sofrito de la cebolla con el pimentón. Se lo agregamos aquí, miren. Y allí también vamos a agregarle en ese mismo la alberja. La alberja ya está la lavamos, vamos a agregarle ahí la alberja. Entonces aquí lo vamos para que vaya cocinando. ¿Listo? Entonces ahí le agregamos también, podemos agregar más condimento porque está bajito, fina hierba. Vamos a agregarle pimienta y vamos a agregarle el azafrán o color, que se conoce en varias partes. ¿Sí? ¿Para qué? Para que le dé un poquito de color a esto, ¿sí? Y lo revolvemos y lo dejamos ahí que cocine. Ahí. Listo, amigos. Entonces ahora aquí vamos a sofreír lo que son los calamares. Los calamares están ligeramente cortados en mejillón. Aquí también ya tiene mantequilla, tiene aceite, tiene finas hierbas y tiene tomillo y tiene pimienta. Dejamos que sofría un poco. Como el calamar es un poco más duro, en esta cosa lo vamos a sofrear solo y luego sí lo agregamos acá al arroz, damos unos para decorar el arroz. Cuando ya esté listo vamos a montar el plato, ¿sí? Que va a quedar delicioso. Esto huele rico, ¿no? Si les contara, quiero que esté rápido para comérmelo. Hola queridos amigos y estudiantes, listo, ya preparamos nuestro arroz a la marinera. Miren cómo quedó, está delicioso. Ahí lo adorné, ahí están los medallones de calamar, están las conchas, ahí está el pimentón que les dije, ahí está bien adornadito el plato, está lleno de camarones y todo lo que tiene adentro, los palmitos, tiene el pulpo adentro. Ahora, si usted quiere acompañarlo otra vez, mire, como todo caribeño, como todo plato típico, mire, unos deliciosos patacones de plátano verde. Ahí usted lo va acompañando y ya puede gustar del plato. Y usted quiere con el líquido que desee tomar, puede ser con jugo, una Coca-Cola, como usted quiera, es el líquido de su preferencia. Está delicioso, estoy que me lo como, así que ustedes también disfrútenlo. Que Dios les bendiga y recuerden que este plato es preparado con mucho amor, dirigido porque ustedes son personas muy importantes para nosotros. Dios les bendiga.
Oh, that was amazing. One of the absolute most wonderful little pleasures of going down to Colombia is to get their cuisine down there. And they make an amazing rice dishes that, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's something about the ingredients, the way they cook, it just makes it so amazingly good. And so that reminds me, yeah, and my favorite thing is to walk by the kitchen every morning when they're baking. The smell coming out of there, it's just amazing. So that reminds me too of when I was down there, I had an opportunity of teaching an entrepreneur workshop to different people. And that one time we had the bakery ladies come in and do the entrepreneur workshop. And they came out as the winning team that year. And it just amazes me that the people coming out of PTI, 60% of them actually become their own business owners. They are entrepreneurs. They are successful. They have to write a business plan. When they write the business plan and it's approved, Then they get some microfinance loans. And then the microfinance loans, I think like 85% of it is paid back within a year. It's pretty amazing. And then the other 40% that doesn't do the entrepreneur or start their own business, just get some a job placement somewhere because of the skills that they have. It's a very amazing program. Thank you, Convivientia, for doing that. Thank you, Jason. Back to you.
Thank you, Doug. And what amazing stats that you're sharing right there, Doug. It's you know what impresses me most is behind each of these figures or percents or stats, there's a story, right? And there's a person or a family that can testify to those stats. So what an amazing summary that you just gave us there, Doug. But let's get ready for what's next. So coming up, we have a video interview with someone who has not only gone through the program of the income generation or productive inclusion area, but also she has been able to pin down all of those skills and turn them into what seems to be a flourishing business that is sure to provide, for her and her family. And let's learn more about that story and watch her interview.
Mi mayor desafío en esta cuarentena ha sido, implementar cosas que yo no sabía. Por ejemplo, hacer tapabocas. Ahora estoy en la parte implementando en turbantes, ropa suave, ropa casual para estar en casa, multiusos, pantalonetas para los caballeros, suéteres de telas suaves, estoy haciendo balacas, turbantes. Yo no sabía hacer nada de esas cosas, pero me propuse con la ayuda de Dios y a través del impulso que los profesores nos daban, pues el profesor Juan y la señora Evelyn nos enseñaron muchas cosas para avanzar durante esta pandemia. Y agradecida estoy con ellos, muy, muy agradecida por la bendición de haberlos traído a nuestras vidas. No. Después de esta pandemia, la verdad es que nosotros quedamos bastante prevenidos. Entonces se tiene que innovar, se tiene que ir innovando. ¿Por qué? Porque vamos a quedar, que vamos a usar por muy largo rato todos los artículos de bioseguridad, tapabocas, cubrirnos el cabello, cubrirnos nuestro cuerpo, muchas cosas. Entonces, en esa medida se va implementando, depende la época, así vamos implementando y vamos innovando. He tenido en esta pandemia ha sido, Dios me regaló por intermedio de la Fundación Unbound esta hermosa máquina, que es la máquina collarín, donde puedo hacer muchas cosas como multiusos. La estaba necesitando y hacía mucho tiempo yo se la estaba pidiendo a Dios. Hoy es un logro grandiosísimo, puesto de que Dios me ha regalado esta máquina para que a través de ella yo pueda hacer muchas cosas que no podía hacer anteriormente. Mi mayor desafío.
All right, so Jason, I couldn't get the first part of that. Do you have a summary of it, maybe? I don't know if you can.
Yeah, so basically this lady is telling us her story of how she received the services through the Conecta office of Conviventia. Conecta is basically employability services and support for entrepreneurs and owners of small and micro businesses. And not only do they help them get started with a new business idea, if so they need, but also, excuse me, they strengthen their existing businesses, what we call the business units, and put them in network with other entrepreneurs so that they, can have their business flourish. This lady is she's one example of this. How the program works and what impact it has.
Mhm.
Now, as you can see, she's sitting there by her sewing machine, and she's back up, up on her feet and making income to maintain her family, and that's a definitely a success story. Remember, for those of you who missed the story or who have missed any segment of this event today or yesterday in the opening, you can always go back to the events page and make sure to visit the playback video section to catch up later. You can rewatch everything that we've done so far in the event and get caught up. Great. And now, Doug, because this is, like I said, I promise you, this is the most delicious segment of the event, right?
Yes. I wish I was there.
Yeah. Have you tried making that recipe, the marinara rice?
No, we're not. You can't get the ingredients here as you can down there, so it's just it's very hard. So the only way we can really enjoy it is by coming and visiting.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Surely when you come down, you'll have a chance to get it again, right?
Oh yeah.
Big plate of marinara rice.
Yeah, you know me now. I have my favorite restaurants and dishes that are requested for the week.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So let's watch this next video. We have another recipe, and these, I think, are ingredients that are easier to get almost everywhere. It would be great if you guys can get a chance to find these ingredients. It's called the passion fruit dessert, and I'm sure we all can make it at home anytime of the day, any day of the week, and enjoy with our family. So let's watch this next video.
Thank you.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es David Yesenia Vargas, soy egresada de Panadería y Pastelería del proyecto técnico integral de convivencia. Y les presento a mi hijo.
Hola, yo soy Daron Sastoque y soy estudiante del proyecto técnico integral convivencia.
En este momento vamos a hacer un postre típico colombiano y un postre delicioso, que es el postre de maracuyá.
Los ingredientes que utilizamos para este postre de maracuyá son 360 gramos de leche condensada, 2 sobres de gelatina sin sabor, 3 huevos y 2 kilos de maracuyá y un cuarto de agua. Y también podemos utilizar las semillas de la maracuyá para cuando ya esté refrigerado el postre, echarle por encima para decoración.
Bueno, iniciamos con los ingredientes. Iniciamos con las yemas de huevo. Vamos a utilizar 2. Y la vamos a batir muy bien. Después de que esté batida, vamos adicionando la crema de leche. Y seguimos batiendo. También vamos adicionando el jugo de la maracuyá. A esa misma mezcla le adicionamos la gelatina sin sabor, ya la tenemos deshidratada. Entonces la adicionamos. Y le adicionamos nuestra fruta. Aquí tenemos nuestras yemas y las vamos a batir a punto de nieve. Cuando ya obtenemos nuestras claras de huevo a punto de nieve, la vamos a mezclar muy bien y muy cuidadosamente en nuestra mezcla anterior. Entonces, la vamos a hacer de forma envolvente. La vamos a mezclar muy bien. Y tenemos nuestra refractaria. Esta refractaria la agregamos muy cuidadosamente, suavecito, y la ponemos a refrigerar durante 4 horas. Este es un postre típico colombiano, es un postre muy delicioso y como podemos observar, lleva muy pocos ingredientes.
Ya pasaron las 4 horas y nuestro postre ya está listo.
Lo que vamos a hacer es coger una bandejita y voltearlo. Con cuidadito. Y así queda nuestro postre. Entonces, lo podemos decorar con las semillas de la maracuyá que nos quedaron, o podemos hacer dulce de maracuyá. Entonces, este es nuestro postre de maracuyá típico de Colombia. Es muy delicioso y es muy fácil de hacer. Se pueden dividir, este postre alcanza para 8 personas. Que Dios los bendiga.
Enough for 8 people. I know several people who can eat that one themselves.
That's right.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's one of the alumni and one student, right, of the technical training centers.
Yeah. So this made me think actually a little bit about Convivientia. You know, when we invest in one of these families and they get trained, they're now self-sustainable. That transformation has happened, and they start giving back into the Convivientia. So it's kind of like whatever we give is going to be multiplied, right?
That's right, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So I think, you know, this is part of what I would call compassion ministries with a purpose. You give here, and it's a partnership, because every dollar goes directly to help a family become self-sustainable. But in that time that takes for them to be self-sustainable, or, you know, that transformation happens, we have to help them. They have to be fed, they have to be trained, and if they don't have the means to do so, they're stuck in their situation. And the other thing that struck me too is, you know, a lot of these are helping single moms, and they would be stuck in very adverse, extreme poverty, because most families, you know, have a husband provide for them. But if you're a single mom, you don't have any of that. So thank you again, Convivientia, for focusing on the single moms and the skills that they can take to help them, you know, have a livable wages in Colombia.
That's right.
So I'm touched. Mm-hmm.
That's right, Doug. And I think this is a good moment to just encourage them, encourage everybody watching right now that, you know, becoming a friend of hope, or just partnering and, you know, coming down here as a volunteer missionary, it really can show children and their families that it is possible to dream big. It is possible to break the cycle of poverty and change it for one of hope and transformation.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Jason. Let me play a blessing over PTI and all the people there. So, Lord Jesus, we just thank you for Convivientia, especially for their PTI that teaches the adults to become sustainable individuals in society. But not only that, with businesses that are working out of those moral, high moral standards set by you, God. And we thank you for that. We thank you for the training. We thank you for what they're doing. We just pray a blessing on them now. Jobs will come, you know, income will flow, and bellies will be filled. And your kingdom just come on this earth as it is in heaven. Make your name famous here. on the earth through Conviviantia and everyone that follows. And we pray this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. And then the next is an event that you don't want to miss, and that is about our partners and what they're doing with the missions during this pandemic. And these are thought leaders, mission leaders, business leaders, and very inspiring, thoughtful people. So we'll see you here in about 20 minutes or so.
Perfect. We'll see you there, Doug. Thank you.